We're going to keep with our topic from last week. What was our topic last week?
Trayvon
Martin. And what else? Not to, okay, almost there.
Stereotype.
Not to stereotype. So we're going to talk a lot today about stereotypes and how stereotypes really cut off our thinking. So now let's break and let's get together for our afternoon cycle. When I was growing up, we didn't say real talk. When I was growing up, we said for real, for real. For real, for real. And so when somebody said for real, it was for real. It was important. Nobody was laughing. Nobody was joking. When someone said for real, it was the truth. And so, but in Atlanta, Georgia, in the South, you guys don't say for real. And you're a different generation. You're much younger. You guys say real talk. So I named the program Real Talk because I want us to have really candid and real conversations about what's going on in the community. And you guys, choosing Trayvon Martin is really just a great example of what this program is about. All right, so the message of the day is, I got talent. Let them know, I got talent. So a part of hip hop culture is being confident, right? And knowing your skills. And that's also part of knowledge of self, what we've been talking about, is knowing what you are good at. And how you can take what you're good at to impact your community. Today we're going to talk about stereotypes. And you guys last week, I was just so impressed with you guys last week, the way you had a conversation about stereotypes, about assumptions, the way you guys told me stories about interacting with people and seeing someone who may have their pants sagging, someone who may look scary, and then they come up to you and say, hey, your shoes are untied. Right? So you guys shared some really, personable stories with me last week, and it got me thinking about stereotypes. And everything that we talked about last week, we're really discussing stereotypes and how stereotypes reduces our thinking. When we can put somebody in a box without ever knowing them, without ever speaking to them, without ever talking to them, without ever engaging them, and we just think we know them because of some stereotypes, that reduces our thinking. We're not smart, intelligent people when we stereotype. And you guys are smart, intelligent, thoughtful, kind people. So today we're going to talk about stereotypes. You guys know who this is? Little John. What is Little John known for? What did he say? Yeah. There you go, right? There you go. And so when my friends want to be really mean to me, they call me Little John. See the resemblance, right? So, but if you see Little John, what do you think about Little John? Okay, hold on, one at a time. So he has gold teeth in his mouth. What else, Mario?
He doesn't look like somebody who works in a big business.
He doesn't look like somebody who works in a big business.
That big old chain.
That big old chain.
The Ray-Ban.
The Ray-Bans, right? The Ray-Bans, Sammy?
It looks like he doesn't shave a lot.
Looks like he doesn't shave a lot. He does, right? He looks a little scruffy around the face, right? So, what if so as soon as you see this picture of him, you think those things automatically, right?
Yeah.
Who's that? Yeah! That is Jonathan Smith, also known as Little John. And yes, he went to Ohio State, which is a really good institution. He is a college graduate. He is married and has one child. But you would never think that because of the stereotypes we have about individuals. And then some individuals like to play into stereotypes. They like to be that stereotype because they think it'll be profitable. They'll make money. Now, when you see him, what do you think? He's poor? Okay. Sammy?
He has a lot of religion.
He has a lot of religion, okay. What if I told you he was a rapper?
He is. He don't look like no rapper. You don't believe it.
Well, guess what? I got something to prove it. Watch this. So look at him. You guys, said he looks like he might rob and steal. But now I mean, those are stereotypes. He's a rapper. Does reggaeton. And he's Jewish. And so you didn't see that coming. And so this is what happens. We turn off our thinking sometimes to put people in these boxes. Who is this?
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin, another one who was stereotyped. And what happens to him?
He gets shot.
He gets murdered. He gets shot. Why?
Because a guy was playing stereotypes.
Because a guy was stereotyping him. Very nice. And what was the stereotype? What do you think the stereotypes that Zora Zimmerman had that night about Trayvon Martin?
People with hoodies are bad.
People with hoodies are bad. What else?
Black people are bad.
Black people are bad. And these are all stereotypes. And so we have to be bigger than that. We have to live above that influence to put people in these boxes. And what I want you guys to understand, it's not about black and white, yellow or green. That's why I showed you an array of people. We all of us can have these thoughts about individual people. So it's not about, a white person thinking this about a black person. You guys talked about it last week. It's black people thinking something about other black people. And so it's about all of us, every person in this room, saying that I'm going to be better than stereotyping people. So who can tell me what is knowledge of self in your own words?
Knowledge of self is taking care of your environment and making sure bad things doesn't happen.
Taking care of your environment, making sure bad things don't happen. That's what's up. I like that. Yes, Sammy?
Knowledge of self is knowing what's happening around you and what you are good at and what's bad.
That's right. What you got for me?
It's when you know your history.
You are absolutely 100% perfect. You know your history. Good job. People working on the drawing. I need you to brainstorm your ideas. Okay, what do you think this is going to look like? I want you guys to get pencils and let's start thinking about what the play is actually going to be about. What can the opening scene be? Yes.
When we're subject in class that we're talking about.
Oh, so okay, hold on. So let's think about the scene. You got this? Scene is classroom.
Go to the internet.